Indian guys. Keep moving, sir. No, they're putting the second dumbbell.
Wait, it's actually bending it down more and making the hole bigger.
Sir, put another dumbbell on, sir.
That was fucking Kino.
So now we're actually going to have a look at Linkara. Now, a lot of you may not know who Linkara is. Andy, quickly Google search Linkara. Let's pull up a photo of Linkara and let's talk about it's the secret Linkara segment that I've hidden from you guys. You're not going to get this anywhere but on a Tuesday.
3 hours of Linkara yesterday.
This is Linkara. He does a show called Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. He was a member of That Guy with the Glasses / Channel Awesome, one of the founding members, one of the flagship members of the greatest group that was ever on the internet. And of all the autistic people on That Guy with the Glasses or Channel Awesome, I would say Linkara is the most autistic person there, including like Otaku Bitch and Iron
Film
Liz,
Brain.
who he dated, who's Film Brain's pretty autistic, etc. Yes. This is Linkara. And so Linkara was a part of Kick-Assia. He was a part of To Boldly Flee, Suburban Nights. He's a bona fide internet legend.
And the Linkara movie.
And he made the Linkara movie, the great Linkara. We love Linkara, folks. But times have got tough for Linkara. Not good. Linkara's in a bunch of debt. He's up to his eyeballs in tax debt, credit card debt, all sorts of different debts that he's admitted to having. And so Linkara has decided to start a begathon. Like, he's doing a legitimate DSP Save the House tier begathon live stream in order to pay off his debts. So if you see this massive wall of text, this is Linkara's cope for why he's got to beg. So he says, if you scroll up to the top, first and foremost, from July 13th to 17th, we'll be doing another stream Ganza to pay off debts. Yes, it's that time of year again. So unbeknownst to me, and I'm pretty sure all of you, this is a yearly event that Linkara does now because he's in debt and he can't save any money for his taxes or whatever. So he has to do a live stream in order to pay off his debt. He says this time around for 5 days, he'll be doing Pokemon Evolved, a ROM hack of Leaf Green and Fire Red, where all Pokemon
don't miss that.
Gain at least 2 additional evolutions.
Whoa!
The game has been I know, bro.
Yeah!
So what we're going to find out during this segment is that Linkara has legitimately stolen Phil's entire grift, down to the Pokemon, down to the goals and everything. So he says, like with last year, he set up a bunch of milestones. So he's, like Phil, no longer using the term goal. He's using milestones. And he'll be listing off the milestones during the stream. So if we go to our next slide, we can see Linkara's goals for this stream. So we see here, he's very ambitious, listing goals leading up to 300. Goal is 300,000.
Let's go!
300,000 fucking
$300,000. Let's go! What the f?
So
dude.
Now, Linkara's goal is over the course of 5 days, he's going to raise $300,000 to pay off of his back tax debt. Okay? This was the plan. Now, I scoffed. I laughed at Linkara, and we started watching this live yesterday.
It was
Me
funny
and Andy
at first.
We're watching this live, and he had about 70 live viewers.
120 at max.
Yes, he peaked at about 120 live viewers. So let's see how Linkara did. Did he mog DarkSydePhil, or was he completely... Oh, by the way, he has rules. Talking about me.
No personal questions.
What do you mean no personal questions? What the does that even mean? No sexual content question. Number 3, be respectful. Don't be an Number 4, listen to the mods. Number 5, don't spam the chat for attention. 6, please do not probe the rules to see how far we will tolerate.
Don't test me,
bro,
bitch.
Bro, this is insane. Number 7, no spoilers for any media, joking or otherwise, prior to when the mods approve. Number 8, please leave the real world at the airlock. We're here to have fun. This is literally Phil, isn't it?
Yeah.
And number 9, any topic deemed off limits by the mod stays off limits unless otherwise stated.
Did you see the part where someone in chat said something that wasn't even like a real spoiler? It was like a type of monster in some show. He goes, well, I think that's a spoiler. And they were like debating if what
they
the guy
had the
said,
Grand Council of Spoilers, and it's like, but if we're debating this, it's like it's already spoiled, and you're making it worse.
Yeah, no, you know, like 10 minutes of like,
bro, this was the most autistic. I'm not gonna lie, this was the most autistic stream of all time. And but we loved it. Honestly.
I loved it.
We had a lot of fun.
It was actually fun. It was fun to watch.
Here's Linkara is starting off the stream. And you'll notice right away up at the top, he has like a king's tax that's got the goal right there.
Oh shit!
So he already was, before the stream even started, given $50.
Whoa!
Which already like felts Phil massively, right? This is crazy because Linkara has basically taken Phil's entire grift. You're going to see from Pokemon to everything. And he's doing it better than Phil. Okay. So let's hit play and we're going to watch.
Whoa. Is this guy going to update his logo at any point?
I know, I love it. It's a fedora made in MS Paint that's on top of a brick wall in a ring of fire. It's the worst brand ever, bro. Like, oh my god, bro, he's selling shirts with that on it, by the way. He's selling shirts with that on it. I'm not kidding.
Can we watch the Linkara movie at some point?
We have to. It might be today.
Yeah, today, guys, let's go. Yo,
let's
honestly,
see some support for the Linkara segment. You asked for this.
The lowest level of all those movies. It's like
it might also be the highest level, though. It might be the best.
FBI agents. That's like how
that's how far we've made it. We've only made it like 15 minutes. We've watched that intro on the show probably a half dozen times.
Yeah.
Something like that over the years. And we've never made it like more than 10 minutes into the Linkara movie. And I doubt we ever will. I think it's like 4 hours long. You know? We got Ramzos 85 for 10 subs.
Let's see.
Skank So reads.
Thank you.
Lord Cat said he heard Iron Liz and Linkara having and it sounded like ham slapping together.
Ew.
Whoa, buddy. The irony of it all is Lord Cat himself would become trans. And so would Luke Mockery. Holy they're all truding out like flies.
The movie Part 1.
Part 1. And it's an hour
and
a half.
I am at the spot that we stopped at. You want to know how long we made it in? Because it's still saved on my
15 minutes.
2.
We only made it 2 minutes.
Last one.
We made it 2 minutes last time on the Linkara movie.
We gave up.
We got Lambo Calrissian for 5 subs. Aided Clock says,
thank you.
Yeah, we read that.
Thank you, guys.
If I could wish upon a shooting star, I would wish Pokemon to disappear tomorrow. Suffer, man, children. Suffer, Nintendo. LT Farquad says, I remember Linkara would get pissed when his comic, The Lightbringer, would be brought up. Buddy, Lightbringer is probably the worst comic book ever
We have to read it one day,
It's
please.
so funny that he made his whole thing on bad comic books when the comic book that he made is probably worse than all of them. It's close. It's
I'm
a top
trying to think,
contender.
what's worse than that? No, it's not even close. It's like he is beyond the
like
worst.
Sonichu, maybe like other. You have to. It's in a category of its own with other internet comics.
Sonichu is actually
Maybe
more
Vito's.
coherent than the Lightbringer. I'm gonna be like, honestly, like by like a lot.
And we got Sheaveburger says Jared grifted $80K for the K-Cup machine and the all-wheel drive Cybertruck ended up at $79,999 when they were shipped. Interesting. Quarter Floundering says the only play skit where Trump talks about Linkara is one of the funniest things I've seen on the internet. And that made Linkara seethe. Like it burns Linkara's ass when anybody makes fun of him because he's such a self-serious dude for whatever reason. Like it's the autism, bigly autism. But like that was all in good fun what Oni Plays did, and it boiled Linkara's blood. And the other thing he's rattled about is the gif of him running to where Linkara started making a bunch of gifs of him like walking and stuff, like his pre-approved gifs to try and like counter this. Yeah, it was insane. It was insane, bro. It was insane.
That's his intro, isn't that his intro?
I don't think so. Maybe he's owning the meme now, but there was a long time where he was rattled about
the one where he's like running like this. I'm pretty sure that was.
Maybe that's his own version of it. He did, but anyway, we got no Scarlet interview. Gotta donate for the Linkara segment.
Oh.
The history of Power Rangers has no set schedule. So what's amazing?
Can we watch that video?
Linkara, by the way, Linkara has now set a goal on this live stream for $1,500. To just release it on schedule. It's like, shouldn't you just release the shouldn't you just do your job?
Yeah.
You piece of shit. He needs $1,500
Can we watch
to
his
fulfill
rant?
what he already promised.
Do you want to watch his rant real quick? It's only 3 minutes.
Yeah, we got Sketch 510 for 5 subs and Render House Reel for a sub. Okay, let's have a look at this Linkara.
You want to watch the rant? This is the funniest.
Was this his turn off the ad block shit?
No, this is him.
That one's crazy. Oh, this one's great too. This one's really good.
My favorite rant of all time. Wait till he snaps. So he's in the middle of an announcement at the end of a video.
It's been a while since the last history of Power Rangers. As such, I need to address a couple of things that have cropped up. Yes, I'm aware of the David Yost interview. Yes, I'm aware Power Rangers Samurai is coming to Nickelodeon in 2011. Yes, I will continue to do History of Power Rangers through that series once it concludes. Now, many of you have been very patient in waiting for these videos, and for that, I'm very grateful. Others of you have not been so patient to the point where I'm actually taking time out of this review to talk about it.
So, now, guys, you're not being patient enough for the Power Rangers review. So, I'm going to take time out of my stream or my video review to shame and scold you for not being patient. That'll definitely make you be more patient.
Let me say this once again, since apparently
this is the best line.
It was not made clear when this video series began. History of Power Rangers has no set schedule. The videos are done when they're done.
They're done when they're done. Get it? Good.
And will be
You'll like it.
He's so mad.
Released when they're done. In case you haven't noticed, I've been more than a little busy the last few months. If you haven't noticed, wake up already! I attended Power Morphicon, FallCon, did a very complicated ending.
A couple conventions? Sire, you're watching Power Rangers. You know, like, this is not really that hard. Like, this was crazy, by the way. Is these guys really like just review like a movie, and it would take them like a month,
3 months sometimes.
You know,
what the fuck? Get it
months.
out.
It's like, where the is it, guys? You have no idea how hard it is to render this. Like, shut the up.
Into an episode of Atop the Fourth Wall, released additional videos in October beyond my regular workload, did my regular workload, which consists of an episode of Atop the Fourth Wall every week despite conventions and other difficulties.
Sir, you're reading a comic book, capturing frames of the comic book, and then joking about the comic book. Like, what are we talking about?
Act like it's a full-blown production with, like...
I know.
No.
With Spoonie, it was insane. Like, the worst work ethic of all time. Like,
oh my God, he had no work ethic.
One of those difficulties
Anyway, that's a funny part.
And Tony Panther for 5 subs.
Here he is today. Thank you, Tony Panther. Let's go.
And honestly, like nothing has changed. We got Sketch 510 for 5 subs. Tony Panther says the art in Sonichu is better than Lightbringer.
Yep.
Over the Hill Ghostler, he's a Blue Sky user. Of course, he gets triggered. And Ballsman Sack says, do you know women actually prefer small penises? I didn't until I read this interesting essay I found. Listen, I'm just around with that. I don't know. Listen, this is what I'll say about that. I thought it was a cold take at the time, but it sparked so much spurging and like battling over whether women prefer small or big penises without ever actually asking a woman what they want, that I now award Josh Moon the Ultra Hot Take Award for his take that women prefer smaller penises. I'll give him the Hot Take Award.
Okay, yeah. All right, here we go.
And we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 1 of the 2026
Oh, yeah, and by the way, people in our chat on the poll there said that Linkara would have felt DSP. Let's see if you're right.
You'll see.
Dreamaganza.
Bro, I gotta be real. Linkara's looking a bit rough. No.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. Linkara's like the Norwood Reaper's coming for his hairline. It's being clawed back inch by inch. He's in this dirty fucking graphic tee in like the torture basement chamber of nerddom, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Holy, he's washed, bro.
Is he though?
It is time yet again to try to pay off taxes.
Okay.
No, he just starts the stream like this. Guys, it's time to
electricity
start
bill?
the stream.
My phone bill?
Now, guys, I'm gonna lose the house.
I need that money.
Fault of my own. He needs that money. He really, really does.
He is a felted AI
Honestly,
PPP, isn't he?
The thing is, I don't even know if he looks that much different. It's just that he's naked without his fedora.
Yeah, I know.
And like brown jacket or whatever it is that he wore. So I think, he might not actually have aged that badly, but he needs to permanently keep that brown fedora on his head and also be holding his like magic gun like that at all times.
Debts, various money-related things, healthcare, credit cards.
He's gotta pay his healthcare.
He's got every debt imaginable.
He's got all the debts, bro. He's got all of them. He's got healthcare debts. He's got credit card debt,
taxes,
tax debt, and you gotta pay it. You guys have to pay for Linkara. Now, why Linkara couldn't just do like a big live stream without telling everybody that he's in debt is beyond me, because you figure people would want to support him anyway. And this is like what I tried to explain to Phil, is it's like, do you really need to emotionally guilt trip the audience like that and say you're losing everything? I think it's crazy.
The things that make modern life so horrible. What? Yeah, adulting sucks. Owing lots of money sucks.
Oh my God!
And also realized that I never reconfigured
Did you hear that?
Buddy, you're 45. Like,
bro,
how old is
talking about
Linkara?
adulting. Like,
Hang on,
I
how
think
old
he's
is he?
actually like 47 years old. Like, let's look it up.
He is.
How old is he?
My age.
What? He's only 38 years old?
Yeah, what the f***?
This is... Bro.
I always looked like at him like he was way older than me. What the fuck?
There's no he's only 38 years old. That's twisted, bro.
Spent one summer, by the way, watching every Linkara video he ever made. I'm not even kidding. I watched
such a twisted thing to say.
Every video. He had like 180 videos, and I watched everyone in one summer.
Somebody brought this up in chat. Like, Linkara has never had a sip of alcohol. Linkara's never done drugs, and he still looks that old after all these years.
Yeah, no.
Like, no. And it hasn't even been that many years. So you're telling me
I like
Linkara was only 22 when Kick-Assia came out?
How?
No way.
How?
There's no way.
Bro, if you watch Linkara's series, his 3 episodes, his Silent Hill comic reviews, fire. Just saying.
By the way, we got Ranger George for 5 subs.
Let's go.
And Review Tech Mongolia says, interesting things from around the world had a vid with a lol cow talking about a nuclear or new cocky, as she called it. Now you know what I know. Well, I appreciate that.
Okay, thanks, bud.
Webcams to like not autofocus. So give me 1 second here. White balance is fine. And of course, anytime I don't have a Word document open, the brightness of the you won't be able to see my face because I'll be entirely in shadow.
So he has no lighting in the studio. He's broke as a joke. And he has to put like Microsoft Word, a blank document, on his monitor to light his face. I've never heard of anything like that in all my life,
He has no lamp, so he needs to put Microsoft Word.
He's gonna explain how he's lampless. Funny. And how the purpose of the stream. It's crazy. Okay,
this is where the money is going to. It's for buying me a new lamp. Because in case you didn't know, my previous lamp that was on.
Okay, wait.
He's lampless. Oh no! Lampless alert! Lampless alert! He can't even afford a lamp. He can't get his ass to IKEA and get a fucking lamp, bro. Holy shit! No.
The side that helped provide a little more light disintegrated.
The lamp Did you hear this? The lamp disintegrated. So the purpose of the stream is to raise money. He actually just said that. To purchase a new lamp. They're on Amazon for like $10.
Yeah, 20 if you want to be like a high class.
Splurge high roller $50 lamp on Amazon, Your Majesty. Like, he is in need of a Lightbringer.
That's irony, eh? The Lightbringer doesn't have light.
So somebody asked, how did it disintegrate? I should have left it in. But his story is, it was a plastic lamp. And the base over the years, so for the 20 years he had the lamp, completely disintegrated to where it could no longer stand up. So he gave up on the lamp. And now he just resides in the darkness. Like Todd. He's in the shadows or something.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
We are funded by viewers like you.
Who's we?
To the great and noble cause of paying off.
So for the whole time, I'm like, I'm like, who is this like autistic like voice? Is his conscious like speaking out? Like, can we hear it? It's like there's like this like, hey, I'm like, is it his girlfriend or something? You'll find out, folks.
Bring it back, fight. Listen to this. You hear it?
To the great and noble cause of paying off my debts.
So the great noble cause is to pay off his debts because we're raising money for a good cause. Linkara's debts.
All right, just to answer. Okay, everyone, there's like 4 autistic people on the call with him who like pipe in so rarely that it freaks you out.
So I got an explanation when I went back to the beginning because we joined this like 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
So apparently these are his friends. So there's like a woman on the call that I assume is his girlfriend, like his Discord girlfriend or something. But like he just introduced her as his friend. And then there's like a handful of no-name spurs, I guess, that donate to Linkara that were there also. And they basically contribute nothing the whole time. So you're not really, it doesn't really matter. But
at the $1,000 level, History of Power Rangers.
Oh, yes!
Yo, bro, he needs $1,000 to just do his fucking job.
Still crying about
it will release as scheduled. Yes.
10 years later.
Mystic Force and RPM must release by the end of the year, with Mystic Force being done before September.
Folks, he's got 3 months to review Power Rangers Mystic Force. How hard could it be?
Done by September.
Just watch all of them and just
pay you to set a fucking deadline. Like, figure it out, bro.
Right?
The script for Mystic Force is done. I just haven't been able to set aside any time.
There's no time.
It's your job
for an unemployed man sitting in this basement of just only DVDs to watch Power Rangers. I feel like it's the only thing this guy does is watch Power Rangers.
You know,
but apparently, there's no time.
Ash.
He's James Rolfe Max.
No, Ash. He said the script was done. He's done.
I know.
He watched it. He wrote the script.
Can he not just record the script? Like, how long is it going to take him? 30 minutes to record the script? And then what? He just has to drag and drop the video files, but like, it can't be completed in the next 90 days? But why? He needs $1,000 to complete it in the next 90 days.
That's
right.
Wild.
To actually get it, to actually work on it beyond finishing up the script. And we got user Phoenix 125 with 20. Eliza, this is the news. You have hired Beastman, the Deadpool kid from Deadpool VR, to assassinate Snowflame.
What?
The autism.
That was crazy.
This is what's amazing is, people talk about how Phil's audience are dented and they're like mentally. They got nothing on the Linkara audience. Phil gets mogged in every single way throughout this, including how dented the dents are, because these are the most dented of the dents. But you guys are going to watch and see just how thoroughly Phil gets mogged here, okay?
Also, Linkara, Linksano's planning to kidnap
and
Bambi
we got my one-eyed Wonder Weasel for 10,000 kicks!
Let's go!
Says we're all taking a ride on Linkara's flying fedora. And Axie says, I'll never forget the story when Iron Liz broke up with Linkara. He sat on his bed and wouldn't stop slapping his belly. Is that real? We got to find that clip.
Yeah.
Is that true? I hadn't heard that before. We got Trent Johnson for 5 subs.
Let's go.
And Jay Blucher for a pack it up says the nukage has hit Canada. Hugh Jackman and Brent Spiner need all the spermicide or else the Jesuits win. Gail Schuler Laura is the best. She is funny. I wonder if she's still going. She must be. Okay.
All right, you ready? Let's go.
Kid from Deadpool VR to assassinate Snowflame. Also, Linkara, Linksano's planning to kidnap Bambi and turn Bambi into a glow-in-the-dark, regrowing chocolate.
Okay.
What the fuck did that?
So,
like
Linksano, which is the Linkara version of Dr. Insano, the spoony character.
So you stole it?
Is planning to kidnap Bambi and turn Bambi into a glow in the dark regrowing chocolate.
How did you even think of that?
This is the best guy. Honestly, like I was so happy to prepare this segment, like the Joe segment. This is the best shit to me, honestly. This is what I would do all day if I had any, if I could do whatever, this would be it,
Well, good for them. I hope.
Even
he's like, well, good for this is a bit autistic. Even Linkara is like, whoa.
He's like,
I hope they achieve their dreams. Now, by the way, I don't really, because this is in, I can't remember if that's pounds or euros.
Okay, so here we go.
Get ready for this mogging of Phil.
I don't really
so
recompensate for that, considering I'd have to do all the conversion rates and whatnot. So I'm just going to add that as $20.
Whoa!
King, all hail King Linkara,
Let's
first
go.
of his name. Bow down to the king.
Listen, I'll take the loss on this goal.
Unlike peasant Burnell, who has to audit for the conversion rate on every dollar in any foreign currency, Linkara is just like, you know what? I could count this as like 36, but I'll just count it. No big deal.
What a legend, bro.
It's like beneath like King Linkara's purview, or his Phil's a desperate peasant.
$6 more.
Yes, scrounging to calculate it. He doesn't give a fuck.
Let's do this. If you donate $50 or more, I will swap hats.
Okay, so he's actually just completely stolen Phil's grift. So not only is he playing Pokemon, but now every $50 he wears a new hat. It's just straight up DSP.
I love
to pay his taxes. This is the best ever, bro. Here we go.
Now, like at first we're like, there's no way
I didn't
80
think he was
people
gonna
will
make
do
no, mind you.
anything.
So you already look, right? This is less than 20 minutes into the stream. Linkara is already at $271. So he's already just completely mogged Phil. In 20 minutes, he's made what Phil makes like in both streams in a day if he hits the goal, which is rare. Okay. Just watch the mogging that Linkara does to Phil.
This is
here.
insane.
It's fucking, and by the way, Linkara has only like 120 viewers max.
Later on. I watched for 3 hours.
Silly hat from my big collection of hats back there, and
he has a big collection of silly hats.
I will choose for you.
So the kingliness of it all. So with Phil, okay, bring it back. Like, okay. So the kingliness of this for Linkara. With Phil, he begs you to choose the hat. He does polls. What hat's it gonna be? He's like, now guys, what do you want? Linkara just decrees, and I shall choose the hat. You will not be choosing the hat. You'll donate $50 and like it, peasant. And he's winning. He stands up though, and like, just look at this unit, bro. Just look at
this guy's a tank, bro.
I will choose for you because I'm the one with the hats.
Look at him, bro. There goes. Look at his bald. Do you see the bald spot on the crown of his head?
Yeah.
Oh, he's bald, Joe.
It's a crown, that's for sure.
So we will start things off just because
he is a felted AI PPP here. He looks like the one from the boat version of the AI PPPs, doesn't he?
He does.
The boat one.
Was easily within reach. With this sparkling
Let's go!
fedora.
Let's go!
By the way,
sparkly fedora gang!
Here's how he also mugs Phil. Phil goes, oh, this hat's itchy. This is silly. Da, da, da. He's like, look at my hat.
Look at my
He's not embarrassed. You know what I mean?
Fedora, my lady. And he tips it. He tips his fedora.
That was another $50 super chat. Every $50 donation.
Is less than an hour in. He's like 40 minutes in. He's already at $437.
Wow.
And he's just like changing hats constantly.
Which hats?
Okay.
And by the way, he started me and Ash for texting each other when he's like, and for the 100,000 goal, we're like, what the f? Like, for 300,000, we're like, can we ask for 300 grand from our viewers? Like, is he? Look at him.
Knocking down all the hats here.
Wow.
He's blob maxed, bro. Look at his
What the f? Look at this one.
Hey, look at this, right? He's got this Hasune Miku. Look at this. Look at my dog Linkara, dude. Let's get some subs for the Linkara Hatsune Miku sticker. He's so happy, bro. He's so smug, bro. He's winning. Let's see 20 subs.
I shouldn't have gone with this one. You guys are never going to donate $50 again.
Well, you got
Phil's hat log. So he immediately, inside of a minute, gets $100 to change hats.
This is it. His whole stream was like this.
Even his smug face, even his smug face that he was doing, he out-smugged Phil. It was a better smug face than Phil. Softful Phil.
I gotta change hats again. All right, Colin. Whatever old time, jump back into watching my favorite.
Still on the naming of this character, and he had to change hats.
Favorite Creator Streams. Here's my small contribution to helping you. Your milestones and your pocket mans go even further beyond. So.
I was playing games, right? And whenever I looked at my second monitor, he had a new hat on. I'm like,
I know.
Is this the 18th hat?
I think your hat was all like a minute.
Look at this.
Another
$10.
Okay, so for
I know.
ZX,
That Psycho Sin Man was like
raining on Linkara's. I'm like, how is he doing this?
What the fuck?
How is he doing this at like 100 live viewers? By the way, we got Cobra Chicken Prime for 25 subs.
Let's go.
Modelo for 5 subs as well.
Thank you so much, my motherfuckers. Let's fucking go. Rape Phil Day.
should we read that? I feel like that's a personal question, but maybe not. I don't know.
He sounds like
personal question.
What was Gordon ZX's question?
A Mel from Flight of the Conchords.
We're
If
asking
you have a
if-
persona,
Oh my god! So, okay, so hold on,
What was
hold on.
Gordon's
So,
X's question?
if you have a
so
persona,
they're debating whether or not this is a personal question that Linkara should have to answer or not. And the question is whether Linkara has a fursona that he's like a furry. Now, you'd think if there's any sort of like, because rule number 2 is like no questions of a sexual nature, right? So you'd figure this is a non-starter from jump, but merciful Lord Linkara, liege king that he is, graces us peasants with an answer anyway.
what animal would it be?
I don't know. Like, back when I was more of a weeb, I wanted to be a cat boy.
Whoa! Cat boy alert! Cat boy alert! Linkara's a furry alert! No! Linkara's a groiper? What the fuck, Linkara? I can't believe that Linkara just came out as a groiper cat boy, buddy. No!
But that was, but I don't know. But I don't really have a fursona now.
So he admits he had a fursona. He admits he's a furry, but he doesn't have one now. So he's a furry in remission. I guess that's a positive. Fuck. Oh my god.
It is time for a new hat.
Another hat.
You can put on the Bulbasaur hat.
Yeah, this little bull.
Literally on the
Bulbasaur
first
hat.
battle, of the Pokemon, he's changing
Bulbasaur
hats.
hat.
It's at $691, which, by the way, is more than Phil has made on any marathon so far this year, other than the birthday marathon. And that's like less than an hour into Linkara's stream. Okay.
God dang.
Bulba hat.
Dragon Chan 1523. I wish you luck on your Nuzlocke and milestone hits. Thank you so much.
And
You
by
brought
the
us up
way,
to
he's doing
for
the Nuzlocke
$80.
challenge. If you don't know what that is, if your Pokemon die, you cannot revive them ever again. If you don't catch a Pokemon on your first try, you can't ever try to do. It's crazy. Phil plays relaxed, easy grinds.
Yes.
Linkara's like, you, Phil.
806.
King Linkara making it happen, bro.
Right?
And with a 60, with an 80, yeah, $80 super chat. Hat switch time.
Are you gonna
Look at
run
him
out of
go.
hats?
I'll rotate them.
The king. He already had, like, it was so fast. He just like, I'm going to rotate them. Don't worry. We'll never run out of hats. Isn't that crazy, though, the idea that he's going to run out of hats because he's such a king? Whereas Phil on Indivestment Day couldn't even wear but 2 or 3 hats when it's his entire trademark for a decade was like the hats and the vest. But Linkara just shows up and they open their wallets for the hats.
Boom.
To where he's running out of hats. He's having to rotate the hats.
Ah, good, this one.
But you want to know why, though, Linkara is winning?
Oh, this one's funny.
Vega got me this one.
Let's go. No sexual comments.
Bro, there's like for Linkara, both of those things are false, bro. Linkara's never drank a beer in his life, and he likes men. Okay? You know, he likes man or whatever. It's so funny. So me and Andy were talking about this with Linkara, and the reason why he wins as opposed to Phil, say what you want about Linkara, how cringe he is, how autistic he is, right? Linkara genuinely is passionate about comic books and all sorts of nerdy
Games and
games, and he knows all of the lore, and he can talk and talk and talk about it for hours. Whereas Phil is just a clueless bozo that needs people to tell him what to say and what to do. Whereas Linkara is just himself and he dictates to the audience how it's going to be, like a king.
And
it's
by
why,
the way,
Phil.
he's really quick and fast.
Whoa, better than
Autism.
I
Phil.
love titties and beer. Wow. You don't even like beer, though.
I don't. 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
And he's getting his dick sucked by these
Oh,
e-girls
yeah,
on the
supposed to say
daily.
beer,
You know?
like, on facial hair. Maybe because they are just so
Okay.
cute, you can probably just
Look at this shit.
This was the funniest one.
Oh my
What
god,
the
he's
hell is
happy.
that?
I think it's a frog, a pink frog, or it's that bear thing. I can't remember.
A gay frog.
Like the current-
They're turning the frogs gay. He's got his top hat. The top hat, bro.
Different. It's kind of like how yen works in Japan. Like stuff is more. It seems to be more expensive.
There we go.
And Bobby, you know what?
Now
I
he's
like-
got the backwards
Oh, the
cap
90s,
on.
dude. Hat?
Yeah.
That's the 90s. You know what I like about him, too? Like, Phil's like, I'm happy. I'm doing well. He's like, listen, I got to pay taxes and pay my
So,
credit cards off.
just so
So
you
he's
guys are-
honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I like
well,
that.
let's just look at this. Linkara's at $1,270 at the end of day 1. Just the first day of his 5-day marathon. Okay. Phil could never, man. Phil, like, on his birthday marathon is barely doing these numbers.
Oof.
And Linkara is doing this like every day. He's bringing in thousands of dollars to his marathon, like just effortlessly with hardly